A special welcome to all my Ifeala family all over the world. How are you doing today, all my beautiful people? It is a beautiful day, a beautiful world, a beautiful time. A new world, a new time, a new light, and a new life. It is up to you. Become a decision maker in your own lane. It is very important. It is your birthright. ALLAFIA. What we are talking about today in Ifeala Ministry is about I hear they are not obedient. For obedience to make sense, you have to know who exactly you are obedient to. You have to know who you must be obedient to. Are you obedient to your light? Are you obedient to your mother? Your mother? Are you obedient to your father? Are you obedient to your sister? Are you obedient to self? Are you obedient to yourself? Are you obedient to your teacher? Are you obedient to your ETC? We all know what ETC means. It's like, that means etc. Like lots and lots and lots. Everything. Are you obedient to everything? Remember, after all said and done, whether you renew your days or you don't, yourself still remains with yourself all the time. Obedience is one of the behaviors that can be falsified. The clarity here is that it is not advisable nor mentally healthy to falsify obedience to yourself. Think about it. You are obedient to everything except yourself. What you're doing in that sense is that you are living a falsified obedience to self, because if you don't have capacity to be obedient to yourself, energetically you are not genuinely being obedient to anything. In fact, you won't even know if it's even a possibility or even a doing matter to be obedient to self, because if you're never somebody who takes time out in a quiet time to think about your life or your future or your environment or your own, becoming a constructive being, which is having to understand the rules of becoming, a plus person, meaning, that you have to increase to be able to add to anything. It's the same principle that applies to obedience. If you have not practicalized or even relearn the importance of being obedient to self, being obedient to anything else becomes very flimsy, very not stable, very not genuine. Because by just looking at things ordinarily, I think it's fair to say we were not particularly thought to be self-obedient to self. We were not taught to be obedient to self. So it's like a new thing that you yourself is going to have to do for yourself. And it is beneficial to you to do that and everything around you, because you become a constructive person. Any rules that is not applicable to benefiting your life is as good as that rule is non-existing. I don't know if I'm making sense to somebody. So you being able to become a plus constructive person and increase a person that is increasing in self means you're not excluded from rules that is, set. It means you're not, because you're present in yourself. Because you're beginning to relearn, obedience is important, but who am I obedient to? And where does obedience where must obedience start from? And then you say, where does obedience start from? It has to start from yourself. So you're not excluded from the rules in which you are being obedient to, because you could be being obedient to something or to some rules, but you are actually in practice excluded from it. But you don't know, because we were not taught self-obedience, you see. We were taught to obey this, obey that, obey this, obey that, just about everything except yourself. So that leaves you in a position of not being connected to the rules that you are actually being obedient to, or principles that you are actually being obedient to. Universe, Ifila is calling your attention to yourself today. In everything that you are involved in, you need to begin to say, hold up, where does it come from? The new day is telling you that you have to first of all say to yourself, it comes from me. If that's the case, now we're talking about obedience in this case as one of the set rules. Then you say, then I have to obey myself first before obedience can make sense in any place that I, apply my obedience to. You get it? Before obedience can make sense, it's got to make sense to you. It's got to start from you, because it's starting from you. You are making that decision to be obedient. Now you can say to what and why. And why is it even necessary for you to be obedient to that set rule? Now you are being inclusive in your own life. It's a decision that you have to make, which is why Universe Ifila is calling your attention to yourself today. What is the meaning of obedience? How does it apply to you? How does it benefit you? What must you be obedient to? What are you obedient to? Is it your teacher? Is it your light? Is it yourself? Is it your sister? Is it yourself? Is it your friends? Is it your etc.? You could be obedient to everything except yourself. Then you ask yourself, is it healthy? Is it mentally healthy? Is it physically healthy? Is it emotionally healthy for you that you are obedient to everything except yourself? And you don't even know. So universe is calling your attention to yourself. Today, you've got to start to learn the art of self-obedience. For any other type of obedience in your life to make sense, or to make sense, it has to make sense first anyway, concerning you before it can benefit you. So on the other hand, does it mean not everything that you are meant to be obedient to? Did you hear that? Not everything that you are meant to be obedient to. The key thing here is, whatever it is that you're obedient to, make sure it supports your growth and your move forward. Not just temporarily, but eternally, like for eternity, because truly life goes on and on and on. Have you ever obeyed yourself? Do you even ever know there's such thing as self-obedience? Is it even something you ever think about, that it is necessary for you to have self-obedience? A worth of a person is connected to being able to function with oneself. In this tense, we're talking about obedience. How important is self-obedience? Begin to ask yourself, is it important to have self-obedience? Is it even necessary? Would you ever be able to have a self-obedience characteristic in your everyday behavior? It is highly important. It will make your obedience in every areas of your life to make sense. And for life to make sense, it means you have clarity that concerns your life. And that's what can aid your growth as a person and as one of the collective. Oneself remains essential. You have to tap into yourself. You have to tap into your self-obedience today, and your days will be replenished by the universe. And with certainty, the meaning of obedience will begin to instruct and guide your path. Ashe Ella. Àlàáfíà. Okay now, what time it is now? Photogram comedy. What time it is now? Photogram comedy. When you're coming to Photogram comedy show, is there going to be a Photogram comedy show? I don't know. If there is Photogram comedy show, who is coming? Are you going to come? Anyways, should you decide to come to Photogram comedy show, don't forget to bring your laughter with you. That is our principle. That is our obedience. That is our rules and regulation. Don't forget to bring your laughter with you when you are coming to Photogram comedy. So therefore, so therein, what are we going to laugh about today? Come and join me. Okay now, obedience. As we aim to learn, along the way, from our mistakes and our not mistakes, so that together we go to move ahead, we go to forge forward. What do you think? Obedience, we must to learn. Photogram comedy is about ability to laugh and to learn about yourself. If you know to learn about yourself, is any other learning worthy? I don't know. You answer that one. Okay, obedience now. Wetin that one be? Obedience now. Wetin that one be? No be small thing. Oh, no be small thing. Obedience na big thing. No be small thing. Wetin obedience mean to you? Wetin obedience mean to you? I know what obedience mean to me. Wetin obedience mean to you? You start to think am. Wetin obedience mean to you? From today, make you dey think am. Wetin obedience mean to you? Be your own think tank now. If you no dey think, how you dey make decision? How you go get things done at all? Think now. If you think, if you make mistake, you go correct am. But make you know if you know dey think at all, that one no good oo. My brother, my sister, make you dey think now. Okay, you dey obey your teacher when you are growing up. Are you still not growing up? Every day now growing up now. That's the meaning of life. When you are growing up, you dey obey your teacher, you dey obey your sister, your brother, your tree, your cat, your cow. Obedient now. You dey obey everything. But Shey you remember to obey yourself in all of that obeying, obedience. You dey obey the sun, you dey obey the moon. No, I don't think you dey obey the moon or the sun. No. Shey you dey obey sun and the moon. Shey you dey obey sun and the moon sef? Do you even ever think so? Shey you dey obey sun and the moon? Think about it. You dey obey. Do you ever obey sun and the moon or the earth? Do you ever think that? Or do you even think it's a part of your life? The sun and the moon and the earth. Abeg, come laugh with me. This one joke. This one funny pass myself. Hold up. Obedience, obey. Shey you ever think you dey walk on the earth, yeah? The sun dey shine on your head, and the moon dey make and the sun and the trees and the birds and everything work together as one. They make the rain to shine for your life, and the sun to shine for your, and then the sun and they shine for your body. Even the rain itself, they clean you, they cleanse you. But you ever think in all your obedience to everything? Did you ever think, shey you dey obey the sun and the moon and the earth? But you dey walk on this earth, and the sun dey shine for your head, for your body, and then the rain dey make your crops to grow. Do you obey the sun and the moon and the earth? It's just funny to me. We got to be present in our. And me, I just remind you, you must to be present in your environment, and you must to be present in yourself and in your environment. Make you dey think wetin you dey obey. Think by the time you finish obeying everything and everyone, hey, to get around obeying yourself, you don dey tire now. You don dey tire. Make you think you must to start to self-obey yourself. Obey yourself. From today, start to think how I go get around to obey myself, so that your obedience to everything go make sense in your life. You go make sense in your life. Abba, if I go do am for you, universe go do am for you. That's wetin you get from Fatagram Comedy.